Hi, in this video we will see what are the documents which you need to prepare to apply for your admissions, and this checklist of documents is just to prepare for the college, and this is not the purpose for applying for visa. Okay, so for your convenience I have separated into 4 categories, and all those 4 categories is not mandatory for all the students and for all the streams, so it varies. There is no one rule fit for all. Please read the information provided in the course website and then make an application. So this would be a compiled format. Let me see how I can abridge this information. The first set of documents would be primary documents. This mainly focus to tell you the information about who you are. Under this, we can see that the first document would be your curriculum vitae, or in some universities will accept your resume as well. But I personally believe CV would be a better option, because this will give you a detailed information about what you're trying to say. Whereas resume would be much more abridged version. I don't know how far you can furnish all your details within a short page. So the next document is your passport. This has to be a current valid passport. It should cover the whole purpose of your study. If you have traveled earlier somewhere out of India or inside India, you need to furnish all those stamps which we have got your visas or immigration, any kind of history you must furnish in your application process or in that passport. The next is your statement of purpose or motivation letter. Some place they will say as cover letter. The name is different. Basically, this statement of purpose will give you information about what is the motivation behind your application. So this would be an essay. I will tell you what are the things you need to furnish in this essay in detail in the later videos. The next is your photographs. If you are going to apply for online, then you need to have a scan version. Make sure that you have got a good raw image. You can get it from your photo studio. I recommend you to have a minimum of 10 copies of your photographs in your hand, because after reaching your universities you need to give your photographs at some places. So it is recommended to have. The next set of documents would be your education documents, whereas it will give you information about what you did in your academic career. You mean to say in your college or at your university. The mark sheets are the first sheet of documents you need to prepare. The whole throughout your bachelor's, whatever you have completed. Right now you might be at your final year, or you might have completed your bachelor's degree. All those mark sheets you need to get it up. If you have pursued your diploma, then you need to have your diploma certificate as well. Make sure that you need to furnish your class 10 and 12, which is higher secondary and high school. So that is an important document in this category. If you are an experienced candidate, then you might have got your degree transcript, or some of the colleges will try to give you provisional certificate. So get that one in from your principal or from your higher authority of your university. Make sure that you have provided your grade scale you have furnished your grade scale in your certificate, because some of the US universities will try to ask you at what grade scale you have obtained your marks which you are giving as an overall GPA. The next is your consolidated mark sheets. If you have completed your degree, if you're an experienced candidate, then definitely you might have got this paper in your hand. So get that one also into consideration. Proof of gap. If you have any backlog, or if you have any failed mark sheets, please make sure that you need to furnish this in your set of documents, and you need to provide a valid reason by writing a summary letter also. So get this document also. The next set would be academic documents, where I would say that reference letters are much more important. You need to prepare minimum of 2 and maximum of 3. Some of the universities prefer 3 reference letters. Some of the Austrian universities also try to ask you 3 recommendation letters. So please get this one. Few of the professors have the habit of giving you with the sealed envelope. where they have been practiced to give the reference letter to go to USA. So for the UK, it is not mandatory that you need to have a sealed envelope, but get this one also take this one also into consideration. And the next is your extracurricular activities or co-curricular certificates. Please get these documents which are all only related to your courses which you are applying to. Don't try to add much more papers in this set of documents. Unless otherwise this is relevant to your course which you are applying, don't furnish this co-curricular or extracurricular activities certificate. Next is your work documents. If you have worked as in your field which is related to the course you are applying, then you need to get a recommendation letter from this place. That is much more important, because this reference letters will speak to apply for your scholarship. So get this reference letter as soon as possible. Next is your proof of work experience, which you can get any kind of offer letter or experience letter you have got it, at least if you have a salary slip, or some of the universities will also take your salary account statement into consideration. So get from this bank that they have credited the money from their company. So this is to check whether you have a prior knowledge in the field, or to check the field expertise which you are mentioning as a work experience. Next category is related to the field specific documents. This will vary for a few of the students. So get the documents which are related to your own field. The prior category was for all the students who are all applying, whereas this category is mainly focusing on your own particular field. Some of the architecture students need to furnish their portfolios. If you have attended any kind of conference or any kind of a press release, you can attach this in this category. If you have any kind of publication also, that will give you a boost up your application furthermore faster. So get this document as soon as you finish off your conference or the publications. The next is your internship letters, or if you have got any kind of training from industry or any kind of institution, then you can get the experience certificate from them, or any kind of proof with which you have worked under them. The next is your secondary documents. This will mainly focus on the eligibility documents, where most probably this would be your English language requirement. There are so many English language testing services are there, and the easiest one which everybody prefer is IELTS. Some of the Australian universities will try to focus on academic PTE, whereas US universities and Canadian universities will try to focus on TOEFL examination. So it is up to them nowadays, or across the globe. All the examinations which I'm focusing on, I'm displaying here, which are all accepted. So try to take it up with this certificate, but this is not mandatory at the initial startup stage of your application. You can also later furnish all this English language requirement certificates. For the management candidates or the management related studies, they need to furnish either GRE or SAT or GMAT. First check your course website, whatever they are asking you, and prepare accordingly. Nowadays, some of the universities ask for bona fide certificates. This is just to check whether whether you are continuing the education or you have any kind of backlogs. This is just to check your genuinity, whether the candidate is full time or they're in the university. And this is not mandatory, but a few universities started practicing with this one. Some of the European universities are also asking to get this bona fide certificate from your principal. So take this into consideration. The last category would be an optional document. This is just to clear their doubts, and the first would be your travel insurance. If you are, some of the Australian universities focus on OICC, they'll ask you to furnish along with the application. Anyhow, you must take your health insurance. In case of UK, you need to get a health insurance from NHS, I think. Yeah. So this is much more important, and this document is not mandatory at the start itself, unless otherwise they require that particular field it is required. Please don't bother about this one. The next is your PCC. Australian and New Zealand universities, some of the European universities are trying to focusing on this PCC. So get the knowledge from your seniors from the universities who completed your own course, or if you are getting help from your agencies or consultants, ask them and then get prepared with this document. The last is your notary or affidavit documents. If there are any kind of name change or any kind of mistakes which you have altered in your that kind of document, then you need to prepare an affidavit and then you need to attach a notary with that one. So this is not mandatory for all the students, so try to focus on this document if you need to give any kind of alteration in your documents.